So this is episode 6 of the third shift. Yep. And I had to, it was my turn to bring on a guest, man. Shout out to Cantley, the co-host, man. I had to bring on my boy, KRYL8R. And this is a recent name change as well. Please introduce yourself, man. Tell us what you're working on. Tell us who KRYL8R is, man.
KRYL8R is an independent artist from Cleveland, Ohio. Hip hop and R&B. Currently, I'm working on an R&B project and a rap project. The R&B project will be first. Got a big feature on there, about 4 to 5 tracks, I believe. It'll be an EP. And yeah, that's what I'm currently working on at the moment, planning out the marketing, planning out the visuals. The music is basically done. So I'm really excited, man. It's going to be titled Later, L-A-R. So the R&B project is like, you know, I'm presenting half of me, and then the rap project will be titled Cry.
Right.
I'm introducing myself to, you know, the world. So yeah.
Cool. I do want to bring this up. When we were having the conversation of having you on here, we did touch on artists that can rap and sing. Is that something like you're like really locked in on, as far as like I want to be on that talent level of somebody who can rap and sing?
Definitely. I think those are the best artists. And then just growing up, you know, Drake was my favorite artist. Him and his rap bag is hard to me. And then seeing him put it in an R&B bag, that was just so wavy to me. So I'm like, so now that I'm an artist, I'm like, man, I want to do that, because I feel like that can keep you relevant the longest. Like, I feel like rapping too much is going to burn out, and if you sing it too much, it's going to burn out.
Yeah.
But if you go back and forth with one and the other, like you can reach to a wider target audience.
For sure. Cantley, you a big Drake fan, ain't you?
Listen, man, I'm going to tell
Please don't say no.
He belongs here. I've known this man for all of 20 minutes, and he belongs here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when he said that, I was going to ask you if Drake was kind of one of your influences, because he's kind of one of the only guys I can think of that kind of, you know, dabbles in different types of music. So when I hear guys who do that, I think it's really cool. I think it's interesting. Yeah. And that's why Drake, he's been my favorite. So, man, you might be on that list one day.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Drake, my guy.
One person I do got to bring up is Tory Lanez. We had that conversation too, Colin. I was like, yes, Tory Lanez does rap and sing, but it's already been done. I was telling him, like, Drake has already taken that to a pinnacle. So I feel like for what you're trying to do, as far as you do want to establish that, like, you're not saying it as like I want to be Drake or something. Like, you're saying it, I feel like, as this is KRYL8R, like, this is how talented I am. And I was like, I like that approach more than, I feel like Tory Lanez is trying to take the throne, and it's like,
and in a sense, I feel like he kind of messed himself up, because when he was coming up, like, he tried to like beef with Drake.
Yeah, no.
Like, how do you do that?
Exactly.
Hey, I'm curious though too, because I know we've had the discussion on here. Malik, like, Atlanta rappers have their sound, stuff like that. Do you think that's kind of like a Canadian thing? Because I can't think of anywhere else really.
I didn't even think about that.
I thought that it was for a long time, because, I mean, you got, even Party will hit a pocket of rap in a little, but then, like, you got Bryson, and he's not from Toronto, so then you got, who else? Black can hit a rap pocket.
I was about to say, I feel like he, on that recent project he just had, where it was like, basically, where I feel like he was taking a lot of Atlanta influence in his last project, and I feel like he had to have some rap, hip-hop body to that project for real.
Yeah.
Definitely. And so you were talking about your music videos to start, and I was hyping you up before this started, because I'm just really amazed at, you know, the way your visuals are in your videos. So kind of talk about your production, the people you work with, how long it takes to put these things together, just kind of your whole process with the visuals for your videos.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you like those, man, because I cringe those days. But there's definitely a lot that goes into it. So you always want to have a storyline first and foremost, and then you kind of want to build around the scenes based off that. You got to make sure the locations are correct. You got to make sure the outfits are correct. You got to make sure, you know, if you have extra people in the video, they're on time, their outfits are correct, their mind is right. So there's a lot to go into it, especially as an independent artist.
Yep.
I don't have a team with me. Like, that's telling me, hey, just show up. You feel me? We got everything else. You know? So it's definitely a lot that goes into it. You have to. I think one thing that I didn't take serious is as far as the performance shots. You have to stay locked in. Like it's easy to rap in the camera, like lose focus after like 2 or 3 times. So you have to. It's very hard. More difficult than I would think it to be, but I definitely enjoy the process, man. And I'm really locking in with some, good visuals coming up. So.
The part too, it's funny. And I'll let you go after this, Malik. It was funny. You're talking about the location matters is important. And I was watching your Damage freestyle.
Yeah.
So on that video, it was funny because it was almost like it was focused on you and the back was kind of blurred.
Yeah.
And it changes like that. So talk about like why the location is important, but then why you do that also.
So I know it's the exact scene you're talking about too.
Yeah.
My videographer did that by herself, so I didn't even have to tell her to do that, and that'll happen. Like I give my videographer a lot of freedom with the editing and the recording process, just because like I'm a creative, like I don't want to limit you. If you see something, you feel something, do it. So she actually did that on her own. But as far as locations, like there's so many artists from Cleveland, so I try not to. If I try to pick the location, I wanted to make it seem like I'm almost in a different city.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was trying to do with that. I was downtown, but I was in an area that is kind of like weird. It's not a lot of people, so that with that specific video, that was my mindset going there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I love it.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah,
I never even thought about that because a lot of people from my city, I'm from Dayton. A lot of people from Dayton wanna be on a street like Gettysburg is a super busy street in Dayton. There has to be a shot somewhere by Gettysburg if you a Dayton rapper. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. But I was gonna ask you what is something like you don't like about music videos, because me personally, like the part that really makes me like not hate music videos, but the process with music videos is different takes. I think you basically touched on that a little bit by saying like you really got to be locked in, because you can like do basically, because some takes you got to do basically the whole song, and it's like, okay, hold on.
To answer your question, it's like it's only so much hand movements I can do. Like, depending on there's only so much I can do in one spot. So you really got to be in your bag with the editing. Otherwise, it just look like I'm doing the same stuff over and over. So I would say that's one of the most irritating things. And then second, like I've had so many videos where people just didn't show, like they canceled on me the day of, But
that's the worst.
That is.
I just hate that. So so.
Terrible. So we're going to what next, Malik? Actually, you know what, Kendrick? I'm with you. This is your show today, man.
Okay, bet. Let me step up and let me get. So, as we speaking about all these projects and all the time it takes, like you said, all the people you got to call, the people you got to get involved. So somebody at Kendrick's level, Drake's level, J. Cole's level, these people haven't dropped albums in years now. A lot of these people. And today was actually, or was that yesterday? No, that was today, wasn't it?
It was today.
Yeah,
it was
it was the anniversary for Damn. The anniversary, it dropped 4 years ago. And I'm like, hold on, it ain't been no 4 years since I heard a new Kendrick project.
I remember when that dropped, man.
Me too.
I remember exactly what I was doing.
I think I was
that.
Probably. But I was just like, I was amazed in the sense of it feels like it's been a lot closer. Like it feels like that album like literally was last year. But obviously when people don't drop music, their greatness is always questioned. People always judge music based off of who just dropped. So I'll start with you, Cantley. Do you think your work, like say you're a rapper, you're an artist, does it matter how often you drop, or does it just matter what them drops did?
See, I feel like it matters what the drops did, and I'm gonna say that just because of Kendrick, because I think when you look back at like To Pimp a Butterfly, for all the stuff going on right now and that's been going on kind of like the last year with like social injustice and stuff, people were like, "Oh, well, why is Kendrick quiet?" Well, if you go back 5 years
He
ago,
been talking about
he was saying it, that he was talking about it then.
Exactly.
So, that's relevant. And then kind of like we've talked about before, me being a big fan of like West Coast hip hop, like Good Kid, Mad City.
Yep.
That's always like stayed in my rotation. That's been 8 years.
Yep.
So I feel like it's more based on the content of what you drop, not so much like as often as you drop.
Yeah.
Because even like Drake, I think, for an example, it's funny. Kyle brought up a good point in the beginning, talking about different genres of music you can hit. And I think because Drake has hit so many different genres over the years, him not dropping for 3 years, he's given us so much and so many different things. It's like, we still have stuff to listen to. So I kind of feel like it's more of a matter of, when.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
What's your thoughts, man?
I believe it's funny because I'm one of those artists that likes to take a good hiatus from rapping. So, to me personally, I believe that it's the quality that matters, like that drop did. But I think right now the most successful artists are the ones that are continuously dropping. To me, you look at like Lil Baby, The Baby.
Yeah.
Them dudes is dropping 3 to 4 projects a year.
Yeah.
And you feel me? They're like on the up and up.
Yeah.
Like they keep on. But on the same side of that coin, like Kendrick and Drake, they came up at a different time. So I feel like their fans aren't really pressing them like
that is true.
They're good.
Yeah.
They have a whole different target audience. So, but then again, you got Drake. Like Drake drops every year though.
He does.
True.
Drops something every year. So I mean, Drake is kind of like in between to me. Like he's not dropping 3 projects a year, but he's not taking 4 years off.
Yeah.
He's staying in the gym. So I don't know. I think Drake's doing it the best. Maybe I might be biased, but I feel like that's the best way to do it. Just drop once a year, man. That's all you need.
See, I think we have the same bias. I'm with you on that.
My thing is, I actually didn't even think about what you just said as far as Kendrick and J. Cole. I feel like they definitely came from a time period where you had to plan CD distribution. You had to plan commercials, billboards. Like, you had to plan all this stuff. And now, literally, somebody like DaBaby or Lil Baby can drop a song and tweet about it and get thousands and thousands of plays without, you know what I mean? It's minimal effort getting it out there. But the other side of it is, like you said, the people that is dropping frequently, like, that's who we paying attention to. That's who we looking at. And that's what hit me today when I was like, it's been 4 years. Like, what is Kendrick doing? Like, please tell me what Kendrick is doing.
Did you cry at all?
No, I had to listen to the album though. I listened to the album a couple times.
I think I saw a graphic or something where it said it was like 1,468 days, and I was like, I remember exactly what I was doing the first time I heard "Damn." That seems like it was yesterday.
It does.
So like, man, isn't Thug dropping Friday as he's supposed to be?
I did see something. Is it supposed to be like a collab album or something?
I'm not sure.
It was Young Thug. He dropped like he just dropped a cover art on his, I think it was on his Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was
I'm not a big Thug guy. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all.
We talked about this last week.
We did. Like, you either like him or you just don't rock with him, like, whatsoever.
I like the artists that I like be like bigging them up though. So he must be doing something. Right.
That's what I was trying to explain. I forgot who I was telling this to, but I was like, Young Thug literally created a lane for so many people though, as far as like that trap sound of music, like auto-tune, melodies, like literally all of this stuff he added to trap music where people were like, hold on, what the heck is this? And for him to be where he at now is crazy. But he just dropped like this little cover photo, and it had about 15 dudes in the picture I have never seen in my life.
It was funny because I think last week when we talked about Young Thug, none of those people, I don't know any of them, but Malik, what did you say? You said it's not like Young Thug will walk into a studio and they'll be like, what's this guy doing?
Oh,
here?
yeah, no. If Young Thug walks into a studio session, like, everybody's paying attention. Like, oh, what you trying to do? Like, what's the move?
Yeah, people know who Young Thug is for sure.
Yeah. If he is dropping a project, I'm gonna definitely tune in. If it's some collab stuff, I'm always on some collab stuff.
You hate features and
I do, because listen, this is why I hate features, because I was actually telling Kelly this. You gotta match energy with so many. If you have more than 2 to 3 people on a song, somebody's energy gonna be different on the song. Like the odds is just going down, down, down. The more people you add to these songs.
Did you ever hear D4L by Drake, Future, and Young Thug?
I was just about to say they all was on 10, bro.
Hey, I feel like there's definitely a rebuttal to that. As far as there's definitely bangers out there with multiple people, but a collab project like that where you're just constantly like, all right, come to the studio, like, all right, let's do this song, all right, let's do this song. It's probably gonna be like 3 good songs on it.
See, I honestly don't like collabing with people unless you the homie or like an artist I really like.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
When I first started doing music, like in high school, when everybody was trying to like rap and do music and stuff, it was fun. It was fun to just kick it with your boys and stuff and to make some songs. But like the more you take it serious, I feel like the more you realize like your sound and the type of people you want to work with. So it's so much harder to do features because you're like, nah, like I'm not feeling this. Like before like the song is even out, you know what I mean? And it's like in a world like I almost feel like collabs aren't doing big now. I almost feel like individual projects, individual songs are the ones that do numbers. And I'm about to say the rebuttal to that recently is the Justin Bieber song Peaches.
I was gonna say it depends who's collabing, man. If you got 2 heavy hitters, like if you got Cardi and Meg or Beyonce and Meg,
it's a banger. It's a banger.
It's gonna be a banger, man. But yeah, I agree. Like I like when artists go number 1, no features.
Yeah, like that's hard. Dope. That's so hard to me.
Yeah,
because you on that mug.
But there's already, like, if it's just a single where it's just one artist on it, there's still so much people behind it. Like, there's the producer.
Yeah.
There's the engineer. There's the people who shot the music video. Like, there's still tons of people involved. And that's why I was like a J. Cole. Like, I'm sure J. Cole on one of his mixtapes, I'm going to have to figure out what mixtape it is. He has a song on it where he's, like, talking in the credits and stuff for, like, 5 minutes. No, like 5-6 minutes. He's like, just saying credits.
Yours, I think.
Yes.
Wow.
It was fire. And I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, even though it's just him on a song, it's still tons of people in the room.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So, hey, man, it's my show today. So, I'm you feel me? It's just a co-host and a guest for me today. That's all I'm saying. But, so I really wanted to talk about, so RIP DMX, first of all. As we've seen, he had a huge impact throughout music from rappers from all types of backgrounds, cities, states, everything. Like the influence was there for a lot of artists. And one thing that I really want to talk about is obviously it was rumored that it was drug abuse related. And I mean, even before he passed away, like he obviously had some drug issues that he had prior to it. And I feel like in this industry where music is listened to a lot, like music controls culture at this point. And I almost feel like artists are trying to stay away from sensitive topics in a good way because of situations like this. You don't want to see people gone too soon over some stuff you was rapping about in a song. You know what I mean? Just last week. So I want to ask you, Kyle, as far as like you literally, I mean, you in music, you listen to music. What's your thoughts when you do hear an artist that's mainstream, obviously getting millions and millions of plays, talk about things like drug abuse?
To me, I have a little bit of a different perspective on it than most. So to me, it's like, these artists are rapping about their lives.
Yes.
To me. So, and I know being an artist is tough. Like you lose your mind. Like imagine, like I'm not even on that level yet, but imagine just going to social media. You got 1,000 people in your comments, just dogging you.
Yeah.
Dogging you. You go outside, people saying crazy stuff. So, I mean, it allows, like a lot of these artists are depressed, like, and the only way they feel sane is with this drug use.
Yeah.
I mean, they got all this success and fame, but, you know, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So
true.
I look at it like that. Like they're just rapping their lives. Even when I was a kid and I was listening to like rappers rap about drugs, it didn't make me want to do drugs.
Yeah.
It was like whatever, it's hip hop. So I don't think it's detrimental to the culture. But I wish, rappers would, find another way to cope with their, issues like J. Cole was talking about on KOD.
Yeah.
So so
he was talking about he was talking about meditation on that. Like, when have you heard a meditation bar?
Yeah. So I mean, I wish there was other ways artists did cope with their issues, but I definitely understand why they talk about it in their music.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, so I'll throw it to Cantley for real, because literally last week we said that. We literally said, especially like gun violence and stuff like that, like when they're coming up, like you said, they're rapping about what they're seeing literally every day. So I'm definitely not downing them for that. It's mainly like we was talking about how Kodak is definitely in a situation where he doesn't have to be involved with street violence, gangs, you know what I mean? People that are not in his crowd anymore. And I have to say, so yeah, I'll throw it to you, Cantley, as far as like, yeah, we just had this conversation about it is your environment and all of that. But I mean, what's your thoughts on people rapping about drugs and things like that?
I'm basically gonna just second what Kyle said, man. Listening to a lot of different music growing up and stuff, hip hop always was my favorite, obviously. But there's never been a time where it made me personally want to go out and do it. But I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
Like Kyle said, like what people are dealing with. Just maybe finding like different outlets to deal with a lot of the stuff I'm sure they go through. And like I said, I can't speak for them, but that would just be my biggest takeaway from it, man. Growing up, I mean, the guns, drugs, all that, it just never appealed to me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm basically just echoing what Kyle said. I think he put it the best being an artist himself. So.
Yeah, and it's important to have that perspective too, because I just had this conversation with somebody that it's more consumers in the world than people who create, and with that being said, there's more people pushing, or there's less people pushing that message. So I feel like the more artists that do push that message of, like you said, like it's time to cope. It's time to find ways that's not weed, codeine, pills, like all that stuff. Because we've literally lost so many artists to that itself. And coming from a fan of artists that have lost their lives to like drug abuse and stuff like that, like it really be getting me salty. Like I be like it sucks. Like it really sucks that people do go through issues that they have to cope with in other ways. And music is powerful. I really feel like music is definitely something that carries a lot with it when people listen to it. So I have to say, I'll throw it back to you, Kyle, as far as like, have you thought about that in your recording, as far as like, when I drop this, like, I know how I want people to feel. I know how, like, I literally know the feeling or emotion I'm trying to give out on a song.
See, I hope for that, but look, I hope, like, somebody listen to the song and feel the same way I do.
Yeah.
But, like, everybody's different, man. Like, I can listen to, like, a Brent Faiyaz song, and I don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
I'm just...
Right.
I could be going through something with a girl, and the way he sung a note just hit me.
Right, you're like, oh, damn, I gotta text her real quick.
He could be talking about a water gun, anything. I always hope that the listener, it hits the listener how it hits me, and that's why I feel like the song selection process is so tough. Because it's almost like I can't pick everything I want to hear because I'm not making music for me. That's how I approach it.
Yeah.
I always balance it out. Some songs, I just like it for me, and then some, like, I know that a female will love this song. To answer your question, I hope people, take it in like I do, but I feel like everybody's has different lives, different minds, different thought process. So
for sure. And I feel like I feel like it's crazy when you are an artist. I mean, Cantley, you can even say this as well. Like, I mean, Cantley literally started doing sports interviews and stuff like that, and to see people react to your work, to be like, yo, this is fire. Like, I really like what you're doing. And it's like, you don't expect it. You really don't expect anybody's reactions on what they give you.
Bro, no, it's crazy because I'll be real. Like they're super motivating, man. Because there's times like I don't want to do anything.
Yep.
But then when people are hitting me with the comments and like the positivity, but like with that on the flip side, is like I do get negativity too.
Yeah.
And just trying to deal with that sometimes and like ignoring people and going back to the drug point too. The three of us I think have a pretty good outlook on it as far as like coping mechanisms, but I just feel like a lot of times, like, and sometimes older people and some outsiders who don't really understand how a lot of it works. I'm sure you guys know everything that goes into being an artist, but like sometimes, like calling them crackhead, like pillhead, like just attacking them, like that.
Yeah,
it's almost like that's not helping them. Like try to find like a productive way to like.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
This issue, man, but instead it's almost like they're just constantly getting like the negative attacks, and that might make them go do it more. But I'm like, you could have just, tried to help this person out one time, and that might have been the reason they got off of it. That could have saved their life. So
that is very true.
I just always think of that stuff, man, because like I know older people are like, oh, well, like all these young kids just do crack and they're dead. I'm just like, bro, like try to give them some guidance. Don't.
Yeah, what you're saying reminds me of all that Summer Walker stuff, man. Like when she was acting all shy and everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, dude, y'all are making it worse. Like,
literally, like she, like I remember that time period because she posted. It was like a video of her twerking or something out the car, right?
Like you don't look antisocial.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Like who are y'all to judge? Like literally, none of y'all know her personally. Like you guys literally have no. But like you said, it makes it harder because now she has to now second guess her post on Twitter. You know what I mean? Now she has to second guess what she says in an interview. Like all because she's dealing with her issues and her fans and people that say they are fans of her are making her second guess herself. Like
they have a problem with how she deals with her problems. And I'm like,
exactly.
You can't, that don't make no sense to me. I've always hated that.
Yeah, I used to be like that just with the music I dropped. Like, I had people tell me, like, dude, stop singing, just rap.
Right.
And I had girls tell me, like, yeah, I don't really like your rapping. Just stick to this singing stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, man, at the end of the day, man, just whether you doing something good or doing something bad, people gonna have something to say.
Somebody gonna have something to say. And it really sucks being a content creator, releasing something and hearing the negative side of it, because when you go into creating, it's not negative. You know what I mean? When you go into creating, you're trying to either do something that makes you happy, you're trying to do something that you trying to change your life with. Like all the positivity goes into creating your art, and to hear, like you said, the negativity, the second guesses, the people that like this version, didn't like this version. It's hard. It's definitely hard. It's hard,
but you got to take it.
It's part of the process. It's part of the process.
You got to take it. You got to take it.
I'll tell you, even though, you get the negativity or the positivity, people know what you're doing.
Yes.
Because if you wasn't doing nothing, they would be paying you any attention.
Exactly.
And it's funny because there's a kid actually I went to high school with, man, and not too long ago, he got pissed off at me on like Facebook about something. So he starts trying to call out my like sports stuff.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sitting like, bro, I have zero idea what you do.
Right.
But you know what
you listen to my stuff.
I saw the baby say something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like at that moment, I knew I was like, people are actually really watching, bro. Like,
yeah.
Because I think he like raises animals or something now, and I'm like, bro, I had no idea what you were doing. So it's like I'm like, cool.
Can I ask you guys a question though?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this too. So, like, do the negative comments affect you more than the compliments? Like, I can get 5 compliments, like, oh, this song's hard, but if one person tell me, like, dude, this is trash, it's like I don't even hear those compliments. It's like,
that I feel
I'm
that
getting better with it, but I definitely am a victim of that. Are you guys like that?
What's your thoughts, Kelly?
Man, so look, I had this thought earlier where I low-key am like that, because I've had 2 comments that have been super negative made like to me in person over like the last like year since I've been doing this. And I actually have these comments on sticky notes on my desk, and I look at them when I do stuff.
Yeah. And
I've had a million positive comments, but those are the 2 that stick with me. So yeah, bro, I think that the negativity can definitely play a factor in how you approach your work.
I I'm gonna say this from the aspect of, I probably say I've been really focusing on my content creation for probably about 3 years now.
There you go.
2 to 3 years, and I would definitely say, like the negativity that I've received, I feel like I almost need it, because when I see the positivity, it's like, okay, like that's cool, like, because I'm really, like I said earlier, like I'm doing this for me at the end of the day. Like at the end of the day, I'm literally doing this because I like it. I hope it can change my life one day. Like I'm doing this because I want to. So to see the negativity is like, okay, that I feel like that's sometimes my passion to get better, to constantly, you know what I mean? To constantly research, to constantly be like, okay, I could have did that hook better. Okay, I could have made that edit differently. Like, and I feel like it's almost needed, because if everybody was just telling you how good you were all day, every day, your passion to get better, I feel like just goes away.
I agree.
Yeah. And that's why I think that the negative comments stick with me more.
Yeah.
They just kind of like fuel me. So, yeah, I just wanted to get you guys' input on that.
Yeah. And so I got one more question for you guys before we end this whole thing. This is my only question for the day.
Yeah.
This is a debate I want to know more on. So if you went, the verses are really popular right now on social media, whatever.
Yeah.
If you had to do Kid Cudi versus A$AP Rocky, their whole catalog of music for each one of them, who would you pick?
See, I would pick Rocky, but I know 99% of the world is picking Cudi.
I'm picking Rocky too.
Well,
okay, cool.
No, hold on. Before I even say my answer, I was scrolling on Facebook on some bored stuff, and I see Cantley randomly like, how can people listen to Kid Cudi? I mean, see,
I really don't like. He doesn't resonate with me, man. But shout out to him, though.
For sure. And I did comment, Kelly, because I was about to be on trash. Like, come on, bro, how you gonna do Kid Cudi like that? But I was like, I mean, I feel like Kid Cudi had that Man on the Moon album was crazy. It was literally crazy, because literally nobody on this planet made music like Man on the Moon when that dropped. So I kind of agree with you, because now he's kind of like trying to find his niche again. So it's kind of like weird. And I feel like A$AP, if we talk about A$AP Rocky though, he's been changing his sound every album, and he still is A$AP. I feel like A$AP Rocky is a very top tier artist.
Yeah, because I had to think about it. Long Live A$AP, I think, is aged really well, actually.
Oh yeah, I go back and look at that sometimes. Yeah,
I was like, this album, because I mean, during the time he had like fucking problems on there, like Goldie, and I was like, yeah, like these are cool for like now, but
yeah.
I listen to him now, I'm like, man, these songs.
I was like, these is bangers.
Dude, he was in a bag, man. Like that whole deep voice, I was doing that in a lot of my music. I'm like, I gotta be like A$AP.
Yeah, no, that was hard. I love the whole.
So
they were doing like the what was it, like Lamborghini, like Lamborghini team or Lamborghini club or whatever, where they were they made these tapes called like Cozy, like it was like something cozy. Something, but they were literally like, I watched a couple YouTube videos where they were literally just in the studio clowning, like literally just in the studio, like, bro, who got a chorus, bro? Let's record some stuff. And I feel like they were talking about, actually, hold on, I gotta add this into this conversation. Did you guys know about A$AP Yams, who basically was the one who created A$AP?
I knew a little bit, but not a lot.
He had way more to do with them than I would have ever thought, because they just recently had basically a Yams Fest where they basically did like live performances, all this stuff with like Rocky, Ferg, Ant. Like they had basically all the big A$AP dudes just doing live concerts and stuff. And I'm like, A$AP needs their recognition as one of the top tier rap groups at this point.
Yeah. They're up there.
Dude, they don't get. I feel like I haven't seen them get a lot of credit for that.
They haven't got a lot of credit at all. I'm like, they have some. They have like mainstream artists.
Rocky alone is like They heavy hitters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm salty though because I feel like that rap group thing is like not a thing. Like it's literally like TDE. I wouldn't even put Dreamville in there like that anymore because I feel like some of their lower tier artists have like completely disappeared. Like Kaz, Omen, like they got Boss is up there. You know I'm a big Boss fan. I'm a huge Boss. Boss could leave Dreamville and he would still have a huge fan base. But the lower tier artists, they not messing with no TDE. Like TDE was definitely up there. And like, what was it? Good Music. They was hitters for a second. They had Common, Cudi, Kanye, like at the top for like 2-3 years.
They had a lot.
But I can't even think of no rap groups that's really doing numbers like that anymore.
Migos.
G-Unit.
I forgot about G-Unit.
I'm not messing with that.
G-Unit probably all time. They got to be top 5.
Yeah, you said Migos though. Migos, ooh.
Migos is still like that, man.
It's funny because I used to never want to give them credit because I was like, they just trap rappers. Like they not nothing crazy. There won't be Amigos 2. Like there'll never be another Migos ever.
Bro, I swear to God, the earth flipped upside down when Culture 1 came out.
Yes, Culture 1 was fire. Culture 1 was fire.
Sitting in the library of school listening to it, and I swear my life has not been the same ever since.
Game changer for sure.
The changer.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
I'm trying to think of I can't think of no more rap groups like that.
I'll tell you one of my favorite rap groups. Odd Future was my favorite for a little bit.
Oh, I completely forgot about Odd Future.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've heard of them, but I never listened.
Oh, you sleep.
Tyler, Earl. Vince Staples wasn't a part of.
He wasn't, but he kicked it with him. That was how he basically got on.
Yeah, bro. For that little bit of time, I think that like 2-3 year window, when I was like high school, I was like, man, these dudes are different. So
what I loved the most about Odd Future was that they were basically the ones that were like, I really don't care about negative comments. Like I really don't care about if somebody don't like my music. Like if I like it, that's it. That's the final say. Like and that's why I really mess with their music early.
They asked Tyler, the creator, in an interview. They said, who do you make music for? He said, just to piss off old white people. And at that moment, I knew. I said, this dude. Yeah.
He be in the studio like he literally. I love it because I mean, especially like we was just talking about this too, Kyle. Like Igor,
yeah, he's so man. He's one of the best out to me. Like,
and I feel like he brought that mindset through his career of I'm getting better. I'm making music that I want to hear. Like I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if this don't fit no rap genre. I don't care if it don't fit no pop genre. Like this is Tyler Creator music.
Yeah, and I respect that.
Exactly, and we got Igor out of it.
Yeah,
I'll
take Igor is fire, bro. I love Igor, but so many people I know they're like, I hate this. This isn't Goblin. This isn't Wolf. I'm like,
it's not.
It's not at all. It's not at all.
It's fire. Igor is fire.
It's not, but it's fire. I like Flower Boy too. Like all of his projects, man.
I feel like Flower Boy, he was warming up. Flower Boy was like literally, I feel like the warm up into Igor because Flower Boy, he produced every song on Flower Boy. Yeah.
But he had some bars on Flower Boy. Like he was rapping.
He
like,
was doing it up.
After this call, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I have the vinyl of Flower Boy and Igor, and I was like, these might be the only 2 Tyler vinyl I ever buy. Because I was like, both of those to me were just like
those were staple pieces. Hey, I might have to go get me a Igor vinyl now. Dang,
I found mine like a year ago. I was like, this was the first ones I got.
I got to get on the vinyl wave, man.
You don't have any vinyls?
I'll send you some.
Bet.
I'll send you some.
You don't have any vinyls at all?
No, man. I'm a lame. See, y'all probably got girlfriends, man. I don't got no girl to play the vinyl with. It's just me out here, man.
Cry later, man.
Hey, man. At the rate you're going, though, bro, you have a lot of options soon.
Exactly.
Oh, man. I hope the right one come along, man. But then I get the right one and I find a way to mess it up. So.
If you listen to his last like 3 drops, you would be like, oh, okay, I understand. I understand exactly why he makes this music.
It's like, oh, okay.
But hey, man, I appreciate you, Cry Later, for coming through to the third shift, man. You only our second guest, man.
Yeah.
man.
Hey,
Thanks for having me, man.
it's a lot of love, man. We definitely appreciate you coming through, man. You got anything to say, Cantley?
I was gonna tell you, bro, if you want to, everybody was kind of a part of our whole Blaze thing we do, man. I'll send you a shirt, whatever. Let me know, man. We got t-shirts, we got long sleeve shirts. So just let me know your size, colors, what you want, and we'll send something up your way.
Bet. Yeah, I'll hit you up social media for sure.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
I think I gave you a follow. I think before we hopped on here. So
Okay,
yeah,
bet.
bro.
Bet.
Just keep up the good work, man. But I say you look like you're trending upwards. So keep it up.
Exactly.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Hey,
yeah, dude, no problem.
talk your stuff now, KRYL8R. You came on the show, man. Tell us where to find you at, and tell us what you got coming up next, man.
Listen, you can follow me on every social media, Instagram, Twitter, at KRYL8R_. I got a lot of great music on the way, visuals on the way. I got a feature with a artist that is very, very big. I'm not gonna, say
I was about to say. I was wondering if you was gonna say some names.
I can't say the name, man. I got to keep it on the hush. But he's a very big artist, very lyrical guy. So I'm excited to drop that. It's gonna be one of the biggest drops of my career. But a lot of new content on the way.
We'll definitely have you back on here again, man. So
absolutely,
sure.
yeah. I'd love to be back.
For sure. But hey,
looking forward to a big summer.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
But hey, it's been a great episode. It's the third shift. We out this mud.
And shout out to David Banner too while we're on here.
Oh yeah, hey, for sure. We told David Banner happy birthday. He said thank you.
That was dope. That's for the David Banner, man.
Yeah. But hey, man, y'all be easy, man.
For sure.
Yep.